Hi everyone. In this video I'll be looking at books covering modal and tonal contrapuntal writing, which I'll divide into treatises and more recent texts. To gain the most from these texts, some level of musical understanding is necessary. In other words, complete beginners to music theory may struggle with some of the content. As always, I'm not affiliated with any of the authors and don't necessarily endorse completely their opinions and concepts. This treatise needs little or no introduction, but should be read as it continues to be a valuable resource for contrapuntal learning. Also, it's more comprehensive when paired with the translation of Gradus's imitation and fugue sections available in Alfred Mann's book The Study of Fugue. As with Fuchs's treatise, Cherubini also uses a species approach and covers imitation and fugue. Unlike Fuchs, however, Cherubini's text uses tonality as its basis, therefore covering other ground not found in modal contrapuntal thinking. This is another treatise worth reading, if for nothing else, because it gives an insight into how people during the 16th century approached not only counterpoint, but various other music-related topics. Of interest also is Zarlino's categorization of the different types of imitation and fugue, and his discussion of topics such as improvising another part to given parts. As expected, given its original publication date of 1558, this treatise uses a modal basis. As its title suggests, this book covers contrapuntal writing from the late Renaissance to the first half of the 20th century. Harold Owen's text is easy to read and includes many examples and illustrations, and at the ends of each chapter, Owen lists sources for further study, which include relevant scores and other readings. The chapters on the use of counterpoint during the classical and romantic eras and its use during the first half of the 20th century are very useful, as contrapuntal use in these eras has received comparatively less discussion than its use during the Baroque and Renaissance. Jefferson's text primarily focuses on Renaissance music and also uses a species approach. He does, however, also include other relevant information on the history of contrapuntal theory, the canon, motet and mass, and invertible counterpoint. The book includes many examples, including those by several Renaissance composers. Jefferson's summary of the most important contrapuntal laws and rules for this style are also useful for quick reference. These texts are included because they do contain some useful information. However, some of Prout's opinions and explanations are incorrect or confusing. Prout's inaccuracies are a topic I will address further in other videos. However, especially for beginners to contrapuntal theory, to avoid learning false information, I would recommend not using these texts. This text doesn't use a species approach, instead relating the writing of tonal counterpoint to its harmonic basis. The text is easy to read, and as William Lovelock states, to gain the most from it requires a competent knowledge of harmony and all forms of melodic decoration. Lovelock covers 2, 3 and 4-part contrapuntal writing, and also contrapuntal writing in chorale textures. The book has many examples and practice questions in which Lovelock walks the reader through possible solutions. The examples, however, appear to have all been written by the author. I hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching. See you next time.